Watch this video to make $700. I'm going to show you how I just made $700. It literally took me 5 minutes to make $700. I will walk you through step by step on how I did it, and if you wait to the very end of the video, I will show you how to grow that $700, and we're starting right now. You want to make some extra money? Great, well, let's get into it. Okay, so before we can begin, I need to give you a quick little disclaimer. You need to have good credit. Here we go. I opened up a Spark Capital One business credit card and I just made $500 done. Now, I'm not sponsored by Capital One and this is not an ad. In this video, I want you to start looking at debt differently, through a different lens. Not the typical lens that you're used to, but through a different lens. So don't get all crazy on me because I'm gonna talk to you about debt in a different way. Here's the fine print on this card. The cash bonuses only happen once you spend $4,500 on purchases within the first 3 months of opening the account. So you're gonna have to make a couple big purchases over the course of 3 months, like a mortgage payment. But Bill, my mortgage payment isn't even that much. All right, so this is what you do. Go buy something of, substantial value and return it, just as long as you fall within the contractual fine print, you're fine. Now, this is how I did it. I made 2 mortgage payments with the card and then I paid it off. Remember, you have to charge $4,500 within that 90-day window, otherwise you'll miss it. Also, before I forget, if you like videos about money, growing money, businesses, side hustles, all that good kind of stuff, that little red button down below, if it's red, that means you haven't subscribed yet. Please at least consider subscribing. You're going to have to start looking at debt differently. Most people completely freak out when it comes to debt. Get out of debt, debt relief, 101 ways to get out of debt fast. No. Here's something that you might not know. The dollar bill that you use at the grocery store, this is actually created from debt. It is actually debt. These are just IOUs. Your government creates a bond promising to pay $21 trillion back, which they won't, that allows them to create this stuff that we call currency. This stuff that you use at the grocery store. Do you think the central banks are making interest on that debt? Sure they are. Every time they make currency, then loan it to the banks in turn loan it to you. There's interest going round and round. They are making money off of this. And how are the central banks gonna make money or get their money back? It's through taxation on you. Here's an example. I buy a home for $60,000. My monthly payment to the bank is $300. I have a renter in there paying $800. Yes, I'm in debt, but I am making $500 a month passive income on that debt. I digress. Back to making you $700. So I just made you $500. Now I need to make you $200 more. Guess where the next $200 is going to come from? You probably guessed it, the same way, just a different card. But Bill, you're gonna screw up my credit. I am not going to screw up your credit. This will just probably, if I had to guess percentage-wise on how FICO scores are created, it'll probably affect you 5 points. The Wells Fargo Cash Wise, they offer you a $200 cash reward bonus when you use their new card and you make $1,000 in purchases within the first 3 months. The Capital One card will hit you with an annual fee. So after the first year, make sure you cancel that one. Now the Wells Fargo Cash Wise offers no annual fee, so this one you can keep open and keep increasing your credit limit for when the time comes that you need to use that debt as an investment strategy. Here is a FICO score hack. The more available credit you have, the higher your FICO score will be. So it's always a good idea to get your limits as high as possible. And for the most part, the only time you should have revolving credit is when that interest rate is working in your favor. Let me give you an example. I have a HELOC at 4%, but my investment is paying me 20% income. That's like a no-brainer. Now we're coming to an end, and I need to explain how people screw this whole thing up. So let me ask you a question, and I want you to think about it. What are you going to do with that $700 that I just made you? The way you answer this question is very important. This will tell us what kind of financial intelligence you have. It's okay to be financially ignorant, because in some point in our lives, all of our financial intelligence was like, financial intelligence is learned, and they don't teach it in school. What are you doing with that $700? If you answered with, buy the new iPhone, well, on a scale of A, B, C, D, or F, you get an F. Truthfully, that phone, that's what, $1,000. You need the 256 gigabyte upgrade, extra $150. You're gonna be paying $1,300 for a laptop. A phone. And in 8 months, that same phone will be selling for probably around $600 on eBay, which means that basically you lose half of your investment or half of your money. Hey, Bill, that sounds like a really good investment. And if you said, hey, no, I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna buy an iPhone. I was gonna put it in a savings account. No, you're still losing money. What are you thinking? There's a thing called inflation. If you put $1 into a savings account, I know it still says $1 when you look at it, but inflation's 3%, so you actually only have 97 cents in that account. But let me give you my top 5 ways that I would use that money. Number 1, cryptocurrency. I would actually go buy a Bitcoin. I would. Not for $700, so you would buy like a part of a Bitcoin. You can actually do that. Download an app, buy a percentage of a Bitcoin, and voila, do I own Bitcoin? I actually do. Because everything that I do on this channel, every recommendation, I actually do. So I don't want to like lead you down the river and do as I say, kids, not as I know. This is what I am doing. And number 2, which I do, is start a business. So basically, whatever you're doing right now, start a business that surrounds that. Now, let me give you an example. I'm a business, college, high school teacher, and what am I gonna do with that $700? I have a great idea. Buy a camera, buy some lighting, and start a YouTube channel. And like literally from day 1, I started making an income from that investment. At the beginning, I was making about $100 a month. Not bad. So find something that is in your field that you can start a business around and start generating money. Number 3, buy some stocks. My recommendations have always been the same. FANG. Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netscape, and Google. And if you think the market is moving in a downward direction, short the stocks, meaning you make money on the way down. My recommendation would be ticker symbol SQQQ. Yes, I own it. That's buying the NASDAQ in an opposite direction. It's on the way down, and it's all nice and packaged in a little stock called SQQQ. Now, I actually lost a lot of money on SQQQ, and that's why I have this little legal disclaimer right here. Basically, never do anything that I tell you, because I am a complete idiot. Just ask my wife. And number 4, buy silver. Why? Because it has all kinds of values. Industrial, monetarily speaking. Like I said, everything that I talk about, I actually own. So do I believe in silver? I do believe in silver. So buy it. It's an asset. Number 5, invest in people. Loan it to someone who needs it. Change someone's lives with that money that you just made. You just made $700. Loan it out. If you've made it this far in the video, can you do me a favor and hit the like button? Literally, unless you just fell asleep and you're just like, your head's on the desk. Did you just fall asleep? Should I just go away? I make videos every week, so please at least consider subscribing, because you know what? this might be the last time that you and I see each other, and that would really make me sad. How do I look in the dark with sunglasses on? Do I have a radiant tan?